Hello, welcome into a Fast Break Friday, a Flop Shot Friday, Football Friday, a Friendly Friday, a Fun Friday.
Yes.
Any other Fridays? Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. Got to go Freaky Friday.
Yeah, you do.
What is happening?
The Pacers got freaky.
They did get a little freaky last night.
If we were Thunder, if that was the Blazers and the Pacers did that to us, we'd still be speechless, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't really know how I would open the show today. Like, what the hell just happened?
I think I'm still there.
That's just like, Like the entire time, you thought it was going to be a blowout.
Even
like,
though we saw them win a game exactly like that in each round of the playoffs.
Yeah, we had
so
somebody
far.
tweet us last night, and it was so spot on. It shows how much of an idiot I am. And he was like, didn't one of you say every time the Pacers are down by 15 points, you're going to live bet them in the playoffs? And I really hope you did that and you don't come in today and say I woulda, coulda, shoulda. And I woulda, coulda, shoulda. I just totally forgot, totally spaced on it.
Really?
I don't know why I didn't do it. They were losing the whole game. I even had the thought in the back of my mind of like, I wonder if they come back and win this one too.
You didn't have the confidence in
and
them,
I
did
just
you?
it wasn't. I don't know if it was confidence or I was doing other stuff and just trying to watch the game and it was on in the background and then I never placed a bet and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my god, they're doing it again. I missed my chance.
I'm not going to sit here. I didn't text anything to you guys about this. I didn't text anybody else. I'm not going to sit here and pretend. I will tell you, them only being down 10 at halftime made me go,
Uh-oh.
This is danger territory for the Thunder.
They didn't play very well.
Like 19 first half turnovers.
They were only down by 10.
Yeah.
Not good, Bob.
That game
Insane.
should have been over at halftime.
It should have been down 20
I kept
or more.
waiting for that one
That burst,
8-0,
right?
9-0, 10-0 burst to take it from 10 to 20.
And then you're doing the what else is on? This game's over. They're not coming back
And
from
it
down
never
by 25.
happened. Where was Chet?
Chet, where you at, Chet?
He only played like 23 minutes.
I know.
Him and his bony little elbows and his weird beard. Where was he at last night?
Dude, I know the Thunder could still win this series. I don't want to pretend this series has shifted.
No.
To
I
where,
mean, they could win 4 in a row and
Right.
win in 5.
100%.
They're clearly the better team.
But is it not odd to anybody else that the Pacers, without playing a second against the Thunder in this finals, made the Thunder change their starting lineup?
I know.
Little weird why
Yeah.
you would react to that level.
That is bizarre.
That's a little strange. If anybody's changing a lineup, it should be the heavy underdog in the series in Indiana.
Well,
It's
had
the
they been
heavy
able
underdog in the
to
series.
convert turnovers in the first half? I mean, Indiana couldn't do anything. They couldn't start the offense there.
Well, they were too nervous. They said that Halliburton was talking about this. Siakam mentioned it. Like their nerves, they hadn't settled in.
It's the finals, man. It's game 1 of the NBA Finals.
I thought
we talked about it yesterday. There's only 2 guys who have even played in an NBA Finals in this entire series.
No, I totally get all that.
It's
It's
one of
just
those like nobody's ever been here before.
the Thunder all year, playoffs and regular season. When you do 19 turnovers in a first half, they're up 30.
They're up by 30 and
That
the game's
game
over.
is
It's over.
That's the primetime Saturday night game against Denver, and it's like 62-29 at halftime. And you're like, all right, guess we're not watching any hoops tonight.
And I was like, dude, they could cut it to single digits at the half. I'd feel amazing.
How are they only down by 10?
It didn't make any sense.
At least it lived up to the hype. Your sport had a nice little night last night.
Yeah, it did. I did have people texting me, this game sucks.
This game's
boring.
I mean, the first 75% of it was not very good, but then the fourth quarter totally redeemed itself.
What made it not very good? The deficit of like 10 to
I think
13?
it was basically the same score the entire game, and I think we all had that same thought of like, OKC's the better team. They're going to pull away at some point. Like, there's no way they lose this game, and then you're just, oh my God, Indiana did it again. And I brought this up the last time they did it, which would have been what, game 1 against the Knicks in the conference finals. The more they do it, it's like, is this a team of destiny? Is this just their year? Because it makes no mathematical sense how any team has been able to do what they've done this postseason.
I would say the player and the team doing what they're doing at the end of every game.
Just like can't miss.
It's
and
impossible.
Down by 10, down by 15, it does not matter. Nothing
And
matters.
there's always
to this team.
one guy. Neesmith did this in the fourth quarter when he had the 6 in the
Yeah,
Knicks
against the
comeback.
Knicks.
It
Yep.
was Obi Toppin. He hit 4 threes. I
Well,
think.
how about Miles Turner's step back bank
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
What?
Crazy.
That's what we're doing right now. We're
That's
that's going in at
insane.
this point. This might
I
be your
thought-
year.
I will be curious if the Thunder offense really suffered without Hartenstein in with the starters. They didn't. That threw them off. The defense was fine with Case and Wallace
yeah.
in there, and they put pressure out on the perimeter, and they were getting all the shooters early. They didn't get a lot of looks. They got the turnovers, but they couldn't finish. But then when OKC had to set up in the half court, the Hartenstein clearing space, getting people in pick and rolls, demanding this, rolling to the offensive glass. The Thunder got destroyed on the glass.
They got obliterated. I didn't know this because I want to see what the final turnover tally was.
Yeah, what the final count was.
And I think they finished with 25.
That's a lot of turnovers.
I want to bring up their box score here in just
19
a
in the
second.
first half, right?
19 in the first
so
half.
19-6 is at least a decent split from first half to second half. That's a lot of turnovers.
They cleaned it up, certainly, but to have 25 turnovers and win a basketball game when the other team has 6, I think I saw the stat correctly. It's like the only other team to do that is our 77 Blazers. Like,
look at us.
When we eliminated the Sixers
in our glory days, back in our prime.
I think they had 27 turnovers in that game against the Sixers, and they still won.
Found a way to win the game.
And I'm not, that was remarkable in its time, but like for me in my lifetime, to have 25 turnovers against this caliber of a team and win.
Yeah, to be that good defensively.
But the Thunder only converted
56 to 39 rebounds.
They got crushed on the glass.
There's no numbers that break down how it makes sense that Indiana won the game. Like, what's the stat that you would even give?
The Pacers only converted those 25 turnovers into 11 points.
You mean the Thunder?
The Thunder.
Yeah, the Thunder. Yeah,
11 points on 25.
So that would be the
three-point
ones.
shooting was a 10% advantage Indiana.
Okay, all right.
And we know in this
That's
day
huge.
and age that's a big thing.
Teams are jacking up threes. I get it.
I'll give you this.
The hustle board, I will say that. The hustle board will tell us that Oklahoma City won this game by 30 points.
I will say the one other area that I don't know if it's going to get talked about a whole lot that kind of stuck out to me, SGA had 38 points on 30 shots.
Not as efficient as he could have been.
They only shot 24 free throws as a team. The Pacers had 21.
Yeah.
They only had 13 assists. It was SGA going one-on-one.
Yeah, it was a one-on-one game.
It's just, I'm going to do it.
I think there's not one thing, but like an underrated, like what's something you'd point to, you asked? 3-point percentage being a 10% difference is big. I'd also just point to free throws. I just would have naturally assumed the free throw disparity would be more than 3.
Because SGA is probably going to get 13 or 12
and it's
or
a home
11.
game.
It's a home game. You're going to get the benefit of the whistle.
No, the Pacers were able to get in front of them and defend them without egregiously fouling them all the time.
Yeah.
Fast break points, too.
Look at us.
That was only 11 to 10.
Look at us with a deep breakdown right out of the gate today. That was a great game, though. It deserves it.
I mean, hockey and basketball are off to a nice start.
We're off to a nice start in the
Sometimes
finals.
you say things with a voice and a smile that's like, oh, that's cute.
Look at your cute little sport over there.
That's a great start.
Dude, that was an insane start.
I literally screamed in my living. I scared my daughter. She's studying for a math final. I was like, ah! And she was like, what?
What happened?
I was like, Halliburton. She's like, damn it.
Well, I was
She
pissed
hates
too.
Halliburton.
She hates Halliburton. Is she rooting for OKC? She rooting for the Thunder?
She likes, I think
what a
she
pro
likes
wants, what a
SGA.
pro needs.
I think
She's
she likes SGA.
into the Canadians. That Canadian.
That Canadian.
Not all Canadians, but that Canadian.
Not the Minnesotan.
No, not the Minnesotan. Yeah, it was like watching it unfold down the stretch. But absolute bananas. Lived up to the hype for game 1 of the finals because the worst thing we talked about it yesterday, worst thing you can have is a dud at this point in the year. Felt like we were going to get a dud. Not a lot of anticipation about it being a long, tight series. The best thing that the NBA needed, the absolute most thing that they needed most was Indiana winning game 1, and they got it. And it was a great game to boot too.
Well, look at all the sports going on. Like the French Open's been really good. We got Coco Gauff in the final.
Yeah,
Damn
Coco
right we do.
and
An
Arena
American in the final.
Sabalenka.
I definitely know that.
Sabalenka. I mean, how do you not know who that is?
Yeah, big fan of her work.
We've had some really good golf stuff happen. We got the U.S. Open next week.
We have.
Okay. Hockey's off to a great start.
Game 1, phenomenal.
Basketball playoffs have been kind of wild and crazy. Look at the Indiana Pacers up 1-0 in the NBA Finals.
OKC versus Indiana.
Kind of looking at football going, that's all you gave us, huh?
That's it. Huh?
Your Super Bowl?
34-0.
That
Really?
was your Super Bowl?
That's what you're giving me?
All they gave us was Aaron Rodgers yesterday. in a big, okay.
I'm going to do that from the entire 8 a.m. hour. Aaron Rodgers, what does it mean?
Yes or no, he was really upset at the timing of Elon and Trump's public fight.
That was the funniest thing about it. Of all the days that he could have signed, that was almost the perfect news day for it to happen. Was it not? Like, oh, look at that. The news finally broke, and then an hour later, nobody cares.
Billionaire cat fight.
Let's talk some Epstein files here, huh? Who's in there? Who's not in there? Let's check out some names on this bad boy.
One guy did not want to talk about that. He moved
No
right
comment.
on.
Let's move on. Next topic. I'm shutting down your rockets. No more rockets for you.
Release all the files. That one's really not fair. It's not fair to everybody.
Keep that one under wraps.
I wonder why.
That was a perfect day for Aaron Rodgers to announce his commitment to the Pittsburgh Steelers.